Hi, I'm Dempsey Pillot, and this week I'm reviewing Annihilation. Was directed by Alex Garland, who previously directed Ex Machina, and it's based on a book of the same name by Jeff Vandermeer. The film stars Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tessa Thompson, and Gina Rodriguez. And boy, this film is yet another gem of 2018. The film revolves around a biologist, played by Natalie Portman, whose husband mysteriously disappears after he's recruited for a top-secret mission by the military. When he returns, he's barely alive, and soon Natalie Portman ventures off on the same quest, desperate to find answers. This film was amazing. It was ambitious. It was engaging. It was visually stunning. A true slow burn. And it was intellectual. It gripped me from the very opening scene. The entire film was thought-provoking. Dare I say, I don't think I've seen a film that's evoked so much curiosity out of me since Inception. This is a film that's sure to be discussed for years to come. Now, on top of all that, this film has a primarily female cast, something we don't see too often anymore. And the women in this film give 110% from beginning to end. Now, specifically, I want to point out Natalie Portman, who's great in everything, of course. Tessa Thompson, who plays another very interesting, intricate character. But the one who really surprised me the most was Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin. She really did surprise me, and I want to say it's because she really played against her type. Usually we're used to seeing her be the good girl, and I'm not saying that she's not the good girl in this film, but she plays a really interesting character, and she has a lot of fun with it, and it really shows a different side to her, and that's all I'm going to say on that. This film starts as a kind of character-driven film, a mystery really, where we're trying to figure out what happened to Natalie Portman's husband. And then we learn that he's actually been in this new realm that's growing on Earth called the Shimmer. And when Natalie Portman enters the Shimmer with her crew to try and figure out what's in it or what's behind it or why it's so mysterious, that's when the sci-fi and the horror come into play. This film had DNA sprinkled of several other films and stories in it, but it is nowhere comparable to any of those films or stories. This film takes the horror genre, spins it on its head, takes the sci-fi genre, spins it on its head, has a lot of fun, and it keeps you guessing to the very end. So much of this film is as haunting in its beauty as it is in its horror. And I cannot emphasize the visuals enough. There are certain scenes in this movie that are supposed to be disturbing, but you can't help but look away because you're just captured by how intriguing it looks. Alex Garland has definitely established himself as one of the greats with this film, and I look forward to seeing what he does next. What I really liked about this film was its similarity to Mother in the way that it takes risks. Paramount is taking risks, making films that audiences genuinely want to see. And more studios should be doing this. Paramount seems to be giving back control to the directors and letting them do their thing. And I think this is something that other studios should follow their lead on. Earlier screenings of this film had very mixed reactions, and some producers wanted to change the film a lot. But Paramount and Alex Garland stood by their decisions and chose not to change a thing. And I'm glad they didn't. Some people who saw this film months ago, before the final cut was even done, deemed this film to be too intellectual. Some people thought that this film might go right over the audience's head. And I can get where people can get that from. However, nothing good comes easy. And Alex Garland knows that, and he wants you to work to think about what the true meaning of this film is. Like I said, it's a great, thought-provoking movie. As I watched this film, I struggled at times because there were certain things that bothered me, certain shots, the way they were filmed, that didn't strike me right. But as I went on, and even until the end of the film, I realized that Alex Garland actually did this for a reason. Nothing in this film is an accident. Even character actions or small details or things that are said in one scene, everything has a reason. Everything seems to be orchestrated perfectly by the director. And like I said, I think this is a film that people are going to discuss for years to come. I was going through forums and I was reading a lot of people's reactions, and surprisingly this film has polarized many people. Some people are complaining that it's too confusing or that it's just a little bit all over the place, but in my opinion I don't think they're looking closely enough. I think this film has to be analyzed and broken down to truly understand the meaning of it all. And I loved it. Like I said, this film is so thought-provoking and it challenged me in the best way possible, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. Alright.
We did it! We did it!
I know. Back-to-back movies, 5 stars, but it looks like 2018 is breaking out the hits early. This film is amazing, and I definitely recommend if you're a fan of horror or sci-fi or just want to be challenged by something new. Check for yourself and see what people are talking about. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support I've gotten thus far. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and if you have anything you'd like to share, thoughts, comments, or even theories about the film, I'd love to engage in the comments section below. I will be linking all my social media in the description box at the bottom, as well as my Stardust account. Stardust is an app where you can review movies or TV shows. I try and do it as frequently as possible. You can check it out in the description box below, as I said before. But yeah, thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, I'm Dempsey Pillot. Take care.